Alrighty, so just finished up this thumbnail recently. What do you guys think? I think we're cooking with some gas right here. I know the coughing baby versus hydrogen bomb meme has kind of faded away by now, but I still think it's funny. It will always have at least some relevance. It's just not as funny as what it once was, cause this meme is maybe 2 to 3 years old. It's kind of crazy how fast time goes once you start to hit 18, I think. After 18, time just speeds up. But regardless, I think that this thumbnail is pretty good. I'm happy with it. Problem with thumbnails is you always gotta try to gauge them at when they're small, because a lot of thumbnails on YouTube are small. They're around this size, maybe even a little bit smaller, and it's hard to see all the details, especially when you want to be detailed in thumbnails, because this is a creative process. You want to make it pretty, look nice. You care about the intricates, and that you kind of just gotta learn to not really care about that too much, because no one's really going to see it when it's like this small. Anyway, gotta pause my music now because we're actually recording now. But anyway, we're over here on Warframe, and today's topic is the Kuva Sobek. I talked about this weapon some 2 to 3 months ago in my Saryn build video, and a little bit further than that, Cool Kid actually made a deep dive video on this weapon trying to maximize it as much as possible. Funny enough, before he did that video, I was actually thinking about trying to make Kuva Sobek as strong as possible myself, but he beat me to that, so there goes that video, I guess. But we can still talk about it, because I mean, this weapon is just hilarious. It's so silly. It's kind of dumb what it can do, actually. And it genuinely might be the most powerful weapon in Warframe, with Saryn specifically. We'll get into that. Gosh, man, my nose has just been running so much today. I don't feel as sick as what I did, but wow, this nose running is just seriously annoying me. This totally is not my, like, 5th or 6th time trying to record this video. I keep getting I want to do it well, but I did not really plan this out. I did not script this out. I'm just going it off the wing. I'm just doing stuff. If you want to actually watch a good video on this, just watch Cool Kids. His is actually completely planned out, well made, well thought. He goes into more detail than I ever could. I'm just trying to make this video and really struggling. I probably just need to simplify it. But what makes Kuva Sobek so powerful is acid shells. Enemies explode on death, dealing 450 corrosive damage, plus 45% enemy max health, and a 15-meter radius. Now, this alone just does not do that much though, spawning in just simply level 20 corrupted heavy gunners. Once I get the kill on this initial gunner, it's a bit slow too, because there's just no other mods. It deals, some damage to these guys. I accidentally shot this heavy gunner, so kind of just ignore that one. But the rest, they just get tickled, really. It does have damage fall off, so closer enemies take more damage, and further ones, this one actually did get damaged, but it's so minor that it's maybe 1%. It's weak. It's nothing. These are just level 20 gunners after all. But of course, that was just a plain Kuva Sobek. What if I do a build more like this? Well, it helps out with the initial kill, but that's pretty much it. It does not really help out with the acid shells damage. You can see these guys, they still just took very little damage, but the initial gunner just took 1 shot. So how can we take this even further? Well, Saryn has Toxic Lash, and when enemies die to acid shells, enemies affected by the acid shell explosion will then take a toxin status effect, and we have Archon shards that can help out with that. So toxin status effects deal 45% more damage. I have 2 of these on. The other 2 are increased max stacks of corrosive status by +2. So with 14 stacks of corrosive, you can fully armor strip. Really, you just need 1 Tau Forged corrosive stack. That's just fine. And then the last Archon shard is just a simple casting speed. But now if I proc Toxic Lash for these enemies, it will do a lot more. So just 1 shot that guy, the rest they die to the toxin status effect, and then the toxin status effect, when it kills an enemy, they also proc acid shells. But how can we take this even further? Well, as you can see, this is a Roar build. Roar will increase the damage of Toxic Lash. And so showing that this time, again, just with these level 20 enemies, will probably about 1 shot them. So that kill, and then just, 1 more tick, and they're all gone. And of course, this scales a lot better even at higher levels. So turn 10 enemies, again, we just have our Toxic Lash and Roar procced, but it will do a lot more damage. So just showing it this time, they'll get the Toxic Tick, and they'll pretty much just all burn down. And then again, you see that chain reaction. And just showing a comparison without Toxic Lash or Roar, our initial kill is going to be pretty slow. Kuva Sobek without any sort of outside weapon buffs is not very good. This is pathetic, really. This is going to take a few magazines. It might take 2 or 3. We're not even really going to kill this guy in any sort of timely manner. This is just so slow. It's not going anywhere. So I think maybe next mag I'll be able to kill him, reload, and then hopefully we get him now. And yep, we should. And when the acid shells proc, it's not going to do a whole lot. Yep, nothing. That's pathetic. That's weak sauce. So Toxic Lash, Roar, and we can have Venom Dose active as well since we're on Saryn again. And we take out the initial guy way faster. And then these they tick down. They're basically just ticking time bombs. And something that is really buffing our acid shells with the Toxic Lash, or I guess I should say specifically toxic. Holy crap, man, can you speak English? Specifically buffing the Toxic Lash is Shotgun Elementalist. Plus 90% status damage. This does affect the Toxic Lash damage actually, because if I just simply remove this, I can still proc Toxic Lash and we'll even do Roar, and we'll just go ahead and do Venom Dose as well so I don't have to spend so many mags. You can see they're taking 164k roughly. They still all die to it, but if I if I bring Shotgun Elementalist, let's see, it was 164k before. Now it should be a fair bit more. Again, initial kill, and then yeah, they're ticking for 238,000 that time. That's way better. And of course, those are all similar level enemies, or I guess I should say similar. They're all the same enemy, Corrupted Heavy Gunners. If I were to do Orc Battle Group, this group consists of tankier enemies like these gunners, and then lesser, just weaker enemies like these butchers, these lancers. So if I do everything again, but proc butcher, you can see the chain reaction. Again, it still wipes out the whole squad, but it took a few ticks. Whereas if I go for the heavy gunner, I should get more damage this time. Yeah, a little bit. It's hard to notice because everything just dies to the toxic status effect. But this build is, it's seriously just so funny because you just wipe out everything. And it does go through walls as well, I believe. And really, weapon buffing Saryn in general is just hilarious. Here's a Carius Prime, an AoE weapon that I love a fair bit. You can do the same thing, Pistol Elementalist. I have Prime Fulmination on for the blast radius, because it's a 11 meter blast radius. Pretty nice. And so if I show this with, again, a fully buffed Saryn, activate all of our stuff, and then the enemies just do not like it. And I would really love to have, what's it called? It's called like secondary, it's not encumber, what is it? Or maybe I'm not even, hold on. Akimbo slip shot, that's what it is. This you get 65% ammo efficiency with dual pistols while sliding or aim gliding. This sounds great. Problem is it's a very arcane, so it's really annoying to try to get. Your best bet really is just simply going for Vosper. And of course I typically have on Poggy, and something Poggy does is he just burps out status effects. I don't know why I butcher my words so much. I talk a lot better in my head than I do out loud. I don't even know why I'm trying to care too much about how I perform this video. There's probably gonna be like 10 people that watch it anyway. But Synergize Prospectus, this is the burp that just gives all the status effects, because it also has, where is it? It's one of these. It's like a combination of stuff. What is it? Well, there's Momentous Bond, which grants, again, more status effects. Then there's Manifold Bond. Companion preset mods apply status effects from companion weapons, and Synergize Prospectus is a companion preset mod. Wow. And then Vicious Bond, again, also spreads all these status effects. So just Akaten with all these statuses on it. Poggy right here is going to just cause a lot of status effects to go flying around. I'll go with the Corrupted Heavy Gunners again because they're just really tanky. So Poggy will hopefully burp out Yep, there he goes. They're all affected by heavy status effects, which just makes things easier for us to just damage them all. I mean, that was just like one explosion. It's really good. It's really funny. But I just kind of wanted to show off this Kuva Sobek because it's hilarious what you can do with it. Really, it's hilarious what you can do with Saryn with weapon buffing. Any sort of AoE weapon can just become insane. That being said, I just do not like Kuva Brahma, or like really some AoE weapons that just have poor ammo. Kuva Brahma, I think, gets like 5 shots. It's pitiful. I don't even want to mod this weapon out because it does not seem worth it with its ammo efficiency. At least with the Carrier's Prime, you get 32 shots in total. And if you have pistol ammo mutation, yes, ammu, then you actually get pretty good ammo efficiency, and again, you can go with that akimbo slip shot. But anyway, that's basically Kuva Sobek for you. I did finally get that Carmine Penta building, so I don't really know what I'm going to do next. I think I'll start trying to do the Coda weapons, because there's only a few more I need to get, and Coda technosites are very easy to do. So I think we'll just go ahead and grab one, and then I think after that, call the video for now. I'd say today was pretty fine. I mean, it bothered me how many attempts it took me to try to record this video. It's funny. Whenever I actually just mess up one part, I even just want to cancel the whole video, just delete the whole file, completely restart from scratch. It's kind of annoying actually, because if I just don't cancel the whole video, then I kind of like lose track of where I left off, and then I'm like, okay, well wait, where's a good starting point now? And so I don't really know where to start again, so then I just restart the whole video. But the Warframe grind is going pretty well. I have not been going at it too hard because just not been too in the mood to play, because whenever I get home from work, I kind of just want to chill. Also, I'm at the part in the LR grind where I'm just kind of having to look at my profile and see what there is that I'm missing. I'd say we're at the more difficult part of the grind actually, because earlier on you can just easily build anything that's in your foundry. There's weapons that you didn't even know about. Oh, I actually need to grab that thing, right? One thing I hate about the technosites is that they get that annoying cyst on your neck, and that like ruins your fashion, ruins your whole flow. Can I get this? Oh, okay, sure. Auto breach. Not gonna lie though, I'm kind of getting at the point where it's a bit difficult to come up with video ideas. Sure, I'm not really worried about not having a video idea for a day, because most of the time I can at least find something. Worst case scenario, I just simply hit record and talk about whatever. And there are a few video ideas I do have currently, because there are a few games that I can play or revisit. In terms of Warframe, there's not too much. I mean, I can always make a video talking about whatever on Warframe. Yesterday I made the video talking about raids, but I don't know, I like to have kind of plans ahead of time, or like just know that there's a ton of videos that I can make. I definitely will be making a Mesa build video closer to her heirloom. I'm not exactly much of a builds type of person, because really that's just kind of what every other Warframe YouTuber does. So I don't really feel inclined to make build videos, because just every other Warframe YouTuber seems to, all their videos tend to be informational, whereas it feels like I'm kind of being the different one by just simply making Warframe videos where I talk about other topics, where I just simply talk. That's it. That's what I like to do. I like to just make videos where I talk about whatever, give my thoughts on stuff. I don't really like to make informational videos, especially since I feel like there's so much pressure on me that I put on myself to get all the information correct, and also make sure that I try to cover every single bit of information. I want to make sure that I cover all the options, and I gotta make sure that I actually say everything too. I know I could script my videos, but I just don't really enjoy doing that too much. I script videos when I actually have, I don't know, when there's like a full essay that I can actually make, but for the most part I've kind of just gone away from scripting videos. I think I've scripted less than 10 videos, but scripting is just not something that I enjoy too much. I like trying to improve on my speech, and in order to do that, I need to go free of thought. I need to just go off the cuff, not actually reading from text. Because really, when it comes to my YouTube channel, I think my speech is what needs improved. I think the reason why I kind of struggle to speak so much is simply because I'm not actually that used to talking, which I know sounds silly, but really, I was a quiet guy in high school and college. and elementary. I was just the quiet kid at school. I did not really talk much, so I'm trying to, I guess, improve on that now. And I think I tend to stutter a lot because my brain kind of gets ahead of my mouth. That or my mouth tries to get ahead of my brain. One or the other. I mean, it's weird when it comes to thinking. You can form thoughts without actually coming up with the words. Like, you can know what you're trying to say, but you don't actually know how to put it into words. Right? I think we all know what I'm talking about. And no, I'm not going to do some sort of speech class. Really, I'm just going to keep doing YouTube. We're on a good streak right now of uploading daily. And we're actually getting close to 1,000 subscribers, which is pretty exciting. I'm kind of actually looking forward to making that video when we finally hit 1,000 subs. I feel like most people would have a special plan, like a special sort of way of treating their subscribers. I'm probably gonna make just a whole thank you video and just kind of talk about my YouTube journey and my thoughts on it, and then that's probably that. But I think we'll get to LR. I think you can reach LR6 now without having to be a founder. Even still, I think we'll hit LR6 by the end of the year. I was initially wanting to reach LR5 before the start of this year, but then I was just kind of like, not really in the mood to grind that much. I like to just go at my own pace instead of forcing myself to go at a crazy pace that I just don't really enjoy. Like, really, it's no rush at all. But anyway, I think that's it for now. Really, Kuva Sobek, it's good. It's great, particularly with Saryn, because with any other frame, it's kind of alright. I guess I should show that really quickly. I kind of forgot to show that, actually. Yeah, you don't come here for professional videos, that's for sure. But let me just show it on Wisp, I guess. So gotta take off Poggy, otherwise he'll kind of disturb things. Kuva Sobek, and again, this is my Wisp build. I'll just show it really quick. It has Roar on it. If I were to try to use Kuva Sobek against these enemies, it's not going to do all that well. Again, in its base form, it's pretty dang weak. If I proc Roar, it will do, better. It still is pretty slow. But seriously, just having Toxic Lash from Saryn helps out this weapon so much. It's really such a buff. We get the Acid Shells explosion, and again, not too much damage. I could, I guess, put down this, and then we get a much faster fire rate, and our damage is better now because we're starting to get primary Merciless active. Like, I guess it still kind of works, but not really. Kuva Sobek is really just a Saryn weapon, and maybe another frame or two. I primarily know it for Saryn, but I'm sure there's probably another weapon buffing frame that you can use this on. Maybe Side 09, I think. But with Saryn, it nukes. It absolutely destroys everything. But anyway, I think that's it for now. I actually need to see what my techno site is. Let's see here. What's my techno site? What's it got? Pins and Needles, Ephemera, live heart sales, of course, online, classic poster. Okay, and it's a Zeke. Word to your ejector. Interesting fashion. But anyway, I think that's it for now. So, hey, let me know if you guys want to see anything. I always read your comments. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on whatever I do next.